Good evening. Welcome on in to the evening edition of From Day One, where the soft sits, the auditors, and unfortunate Karens roam. Tonight, with our good friend over at Van Balian, he has us a good soft sit from Oregon. Van?
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we head to the city of Medford, Oregon, where Softsit is making quite a name for himself by driving around in his mother's car on a suspended license, and he's slowly gaining the attention of local law enforcement. So let's take a look at two of his recent traffic stops.
Okay.
One where he plays the victim and just gets a ticket, and the second stop where he demands a supervisor and then a sergeant, but soon lives to regret it when they tow his car. Sorry, I mean his mother's car. Right, the first stop begins with him already out of his vehicle and ready for a confrontation.
Okay.
That's the second time he show me, and I have no idea why. I really don't.
So you're driving on a suspended license and you have no idea why this cop decided to pick you out of everyone else on the road to pull over? Is that really the story you're going with?
Yeah, I think
well, you
so.
might convince like-minded individuals, but I'm not going to fall for that story, I'm afraid.
Is there a reason I'm being followed?
Because you're an idiot?
Is there a reason why I'm being followed? That's not a valid reason to be following a person. You flip traffic twice on me. We go through this. My lawyer is already notified. My lawyer's already notified. I haven't committed no crimes. I've done nothing.
I find it hard to believe that you've already contacted a lawyer, but you go to him with all this stuff, because the first thing a lawyer would tell you to do is stop driving on a suspended license.
Yeah.
Because it absolutely does give the police a valid reason to stop you.
Extremely valid.
This is considered harassment.
No.
This is considered harassment.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. And honestly, I'm outside your city limits right here. So
You know what's considered harassment? Having to listen to your voice make stupid, incoherent bullshit. And by the way, yeah, just because you managed to get 3 inches outside the city limits does not mean they miraculously have to stop. Oh my god, it's like a dog with an electric fence. No. If they're chasing you, they can continue to come.
Oh, this is considered harassment.
No.
This is considered harassment, Baker. This is considered harassment. Like literally, I sat here and waited for you so I could get this on the film for my lawyer. This is considered harassment.
No.
All right, you weren't confirming. Yeah, I was. No, you were not. This is completely harassment.
No.
Like you targeted me from at the light. You flipped a bitch, got behind me. When I pulled over for you.
Can I get a definition of flipped a bitch? Because I swear that's what he said.
I don't want to flip a bitches.
Okay, hold on. My sister's going to join us. So what is, as he says, flip a bitch?
Basically, flip a bitch is their fault, going blah, 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 U-turn or whatever. Instead of them keep going, all of a sudden they flip around real fucking quick so they can get right back behind you.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever heard it called flip a bitch.
I've heard that. I was like, hold on, let me flip a bitch real quick. I've done that.
Okay, so, see, you can learn something new every day. Back to the idiot.
No, you were not. This is completely harassment. Like you targeted me from at the light. You flipped a bitch, got behind me. When I pulled over for you, you kept going. Then you went down the street. You flipped another. You came back again. And
Flipped another bitch.
And then waited for you to show that you were following me on film. Absolutely. All right, so that's harassment, man.
No.
That is harassment.
No.
No, that is harassment.
No, that's not.
That is complete harassment. I'm just glad I got it on film. That's fine.
We're glad you got your
I'm glad you
stupidity
got
on
this on
film.
film too, but not for the reasons you think.
Second.
All right, anything else? I have nothing to say to you. You know my name, you know everything. All right. All right, ticket. All right, so tight. All right. Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry, that was just my sister. She was actually in a game and actually a good, so from everyone here over from day one, we congratulate her. Keep it up. But now, back to our moron.
I'm glad I got this on film, Vega. This is all my lawyer needed. Perfect. Yeah, because I got you like 4 times.
Only
My
4
lawyer been
times?
waiting to tag your ass. Oh, really? Yeah. You got you. We got you on the one way by Mr. Nice Guy. We got you a whole bunch of times.
What about
when you came, you
Mr.
flew down
Not
the
Nice
one way
Guy?
illegally to get me. I got you a whole bunch, Vega.
The irony of a soft sick calling out others for their supposed illegal activity when they themselves are constantly engaged in illegal activity is the height of hypocrisy.
Yes, it is.
So, anything else?
No, that's it. You just have to hang tight until I give you.
All right, give my ticket, man. My lawyer needs them anyway.
All right, let's go off the road so we don't get hit.
I'm fine.
Back a little bit.
I'm right here.
Good advice. You guys right fixing for.
Get off the fucking road, sir. He's trying to keep you alive.
Yeah, I do have one. I have like 2 of them. Like, this is complete harassment.
Stop standing in the middle of the highway.
Complete harassment.
No.
I'm so glad I got this on film.
Yeah, we are
I don't
too.
even know
That
why
way we can see how
you want to
stupid
search
you
me?
are.
It's freezing out here. It's freezing out here. My hands are cold.
I'm
So
sure, man.
you can search me,
No,
pat me
back
down.
up.
Then that's what it is, man. I'm free.
Right, so that's where that clip ends. I'm guessing the officer just issued him a ticket and let him on his way, because soon after this he was stopped by another cop, but this time he wasn't so lucky.
Let you know you're being recorded audio and video. Reason I stopped right over here, you crossed over the white solid line. And then you turn on the laser.
Cross the line.
Yeah,
I
Of course,
I don't have license or insurance. I have none of those contracts.
None of those
I don't
contracts.
have none of those contracts.
Okay.
Another, he's stupid.
So I just want to remind everyone at this point that he's pulling this sovereign citizen nonsense, getting pulled over and racking up tickets, but he's not using his own vehicle to do this, and this is his mother's vehicle, which she needs to get around. So keep this in mind when he gets towed and when he eventually drags her into this mess, which we will hear more about in the court hearing he again drags her into. Son of the year here, guys.
I don't do no contracts. I don't have no contracts. I have a free right to travel.
Okay, what's your first name?
I don't answer no. Can I get a supervisor?
Can I get your first name?
Can I please get a supervisor?
Okay, so here's the thing I'm going to explain to you. If you fail presenting carry, that is a crime. Right now, all I have is traffic violations.
All right, well, I don't have no license. I don't have none of those contracts. I don't do none
Do you
of
have a
those.
name?
Dude, name.
You guys know who I am, man. This is like a repeated thing all the time.
So I don't know.
Just listen to him. He's already a legend in his own head, and he's only been doing this soft sit thing for about a month or so. Look, not every cop who pulls you over knows who you are. You will now be on their radar if you continue to drive your mother's vehicle around illegally, but please don't get into the habit of thinking you're more important than you are. That's a level of narcissism nobody needs to witness.
Do you have no insurance?
This is not my car. This is my mother's car.
Does she have insurance?
This is all her stuff. I'm pretty sure she has everything she's supposed to
Can you
have.
grab me the proof of insurance, please?
Please grab the paperwork.
I know it's Wawanisa.
I'm sorry, can I hear with the cars passing by?
It's all Wawanisa.
Law wasn't
I know she has it, though.
Okay, luckily here, that's actually a Mexican restaurant chain.
It's Wawanisa. You need me to call and get her out here? I do this all the
You can
time.
call her and have her send you a picture of the insurance.
You call your mother every time you get stopped. I bet she looks forward to that
Yeah,
call.
so I
knowing she's
guess she
gonna need
gets
to
called
bail
like
you
about
out of
9
trouble.
times a day.
But I find it interesting that he wants to make that call to his mother in the first place and maybe even get her to attend the stop, because we learn later during the court hearing that she didn't actually give him permission to drive the vehicle.
Oh!
He was only supposed to be working on it. Anyway, he can't provide insurance for the vehicle, so it's going to be towed away.
Yeah.
Address for you, just that way.
Don't have one. Don't have one, so you're seizing my personal property. That's what you're
And
doing,
not
right?
your personal property. You
With
just
no
told us
crime,
it's
no
your
nothing committed. I just need this on recording.
car.
You're going to seize my personal property?
That's your
my
property.
personal property, which violates my constitutional rights.
So you don't have an address?
I'm just asking a question. I need you to say this because you took an oath. You took a constitutional oath, and I'll go get a copy of your oath.
Arguing with you.
And plus, your charter, which protects my common law rights.
Do you have a?
I'm just asking,
address
can you
where
please get a supervisor, Quintero?
No, I cannot.
Quintero, can you please get a supervisor?
No.
Because I know my constitutional rights. You can't take my property without
It's not
proper,
your property.
You can't take it without a crime. A crime underneath ORS 106 0.065.
Again, the irony of a Salt City citing a statute that he thinks benefits him, yet ignores statutes that say you need a license to drive, is
License,
ignorance
tax,
at its finest. And just to add to that, the statute he cited there doesn't seem to exist anyway, so the incompetence on display here is legendary.
Legend.
All right, go start on it. I'm
Very.
glad I got it. So you're taking my personal property with no crime being committed and without due process.
Kid, it's not your
So without due
property.
process and my personal property, right?
Your mama's.
So you're taking it, right?
Yes, I'm going to take the
All right, thank you. That's all I needed recorded.
so I
And you
need
took
to
an oath to that, right?
I need to step out and work.
All right, can you call my supervisor? I don't feel safe stepping out with you.
I feel safe. Please step out.
I don't feel safe with you at all.
Officer, I certainly ask you to use the taser once he does.
Wait, aren't you the guy who jumped out of his mother's vehicle all fired up for a confrontation with a cop at the beginning of this video, but now suddenly you don't feel safe around one of the calmest cops I've ever seen? But not only that, you want even more cops to arrive in the form of a supervisor. How does that make any sense? Or is this just a case of you feeling butthurt because your script isn't working?
I'm gonna go with the butt hurt.
Have I done something wrong?
Yeah, you know you're suspended, right?
Yeah, and I'm not suspended. I've never done any of those contracts. You guys know it's my
Butt
constitutional right
hurt.
to travel.
Butt
I'm
hurt.
in commerce. Now I have a right to travel. I'm
No,
going
you
to
don't.
court, and I'm already challenging all of that.
Keep challenging
All of my
again.
stuff, and you're not allowed to profile like that. This is the second time I got you recorded and following. I got you twice following me.
Yeah.
So I know this is going on towards my lawsuit.
Suspended license.
All right, going towards my lawsuit. I have a constitutional right, just like an oath you signed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's underneath your constitutional oath that you signed.
Okay, you cannot drive in Oregon.
You have a constitutional oath to uphold. You do.
Okay.
And as long as your constitutional oath is put on record, then therefore you can be liable. So you can take the car, and that's my personal property. And you
It's not your
yourself,
personal
Mr. Bishop,
property.
will be liable for my personal property. As the other officers are going to be liable too for my personal property.
Okay.
The ignorance on display here is amazing. How can they
Extremely.
be liable when an Oregon revised statute, which you yourself tried to cite as an authority not 5 minutes ago, says they can tow your vehicle for a violation of driving on a suspended license? It's right here in black and white. How can you be so oblivious to this? But I forget statutes aren't law until you need them to be to make a point, right?
So I have a constitutional right. I've never, ever done any of those contracting. I've never contracted. I'm trying to get out of all of the rest of my contracts. All contracts. I don't deal with contracts. I'm a God-living individual, and I have a free right to travel.
There you go.
So we've done this over and over and over. So, and it's not even unlawful. You can't arrest for a misdemeanor. So that's against the law too. I've been doing a lot of research.
No.
I've been doing my research. Famous last words of all soft sits, right before they get arrested or get their car towed. And it basically translates to, my license is suspended, so I went online to find a solution and came across a soft sit website and believed everything on it without question.
Correct.
Do you have an ID or insurance?
I don't have any of that. I just bought
You don't
the
have
car.
insurance?
I don't have any of the things that will make me in compliance with that contract.
Contract.
I have no contract. This is my mother's property, and I'm using it. It's
Okay.
my mother's property.
Suspended driver's license.
Well, I'm telling you now. My mother's car. This is my mother's car. This is her
Okay.
property.
Okay.
So I don't know what you're asking
Now wait a minute. You said the whole time that you're going to take my property.
me for. I don't have to identify myself because I haven't committed a
I already know
crime.
who you are.
You've already falsely ran my name. So go ahead. That's all stacks. That's all
You
all
have
charges.
zero idea what you're talking about.
And of course, this cop is right. This idiot has zero idea of what he's talking about. He thinks researching on a softsit website is learning the law, and now he thinks he knows more about police procedure than the person who actually does it for a job.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Okay, I promise you, you can't be held. For what? I haven't committed no crime.
For towing your vehicle because you're driving
For what?
with no
You
insurance.
can't just tow
Yes, I
my
can.
private property.
Yes, I can.
How can you just tow my
I already
private
told you.
property?
I told you you have a suspended driver's license. You have no insurance. You know you have none of those things. You know you're not supposed to be driving. You were driving on the roadway. Multiple places I saw you.
You even have a reason for pulling me over?
You are suspended.
Besides targeting. So basically saying that
Get out of
you
the car.
think you know me.
Get out of the car.
You think you know me, so that's the reason why you're pulling me over. Is that what you're saying? Can you call your sergeant out here, please?
No.
I'll call him out here.
Please.
As soon as you're compliant.
Please, I am compliant. I'm asking you nicely. Please call your sergeant because I believe I'm not turning my. I'll turn my car off.
Thank you.
My car ain't. There you go. But there you go. My
Okay.
personal property. I'm putting it in my pocket. All my keys. My personal property. So, can you please call your sergeant?
No.
60 and 211. Where are you coming from?
And I do have a constitutional right to travel. And it's
Yeah.
been upheld by all your Supreme Courts and everything.
16 to San Juan.
Yeah, we've been over this numerous times. There are no Supreme Court cases anywhere that say you can operate a vehicle on a public road
No.
without a driver's license. But there
You
are
can
tons
walk.
of cases saying the exact opposite. Also, it's quite telling that not one person has come forward to claim the $5,000 Supreme Court case challenge set by Juan Galt. It's almost like these cases they cite are BS.
That's
Anyway,
because
let's
they
move
are.
on to the part where the sergeant turns up.
Okay.
I've never even had a license. Sergeant, I've never had a license in my life.
Okay.
So I don't even know how they can suspend something I never had.
Because when you drive, it consists.
I have a right to travel.
Okay.
There you
I'm
go.
being honest, Sergeant. I don't have a right to travel.
You don't have a right to
I'm
drive.
asking you.
Not in a motor vehicle on the roadways.
I don't have this is private property. I don't have a right to travel on private property.
On the roadway.
That's all private road.
It's this.
This is not a private road. That's a public road, dear.
Okay.
And you're still
It's
not.
all public road. I'm going here just to buy something. I'm not doing no commerce. I don't work. You guys make sure of that. You guys show up to my work too. You guys showed up to my work talking about selling drugs there. So anything else, man?
Is there any specific reason why you requested me over here?
Why did you ask him that question? All he's going to do now is ramble on and repeat his
For
script.
9 years.
Just remove him from the vehicle and tow his car
Yeah,
already.
taser
Done
him.
with this nonsense.
Yeah, because he's talking about towing my car. I've done nothing wrong, and I have a right to keep my personal property unless
No,
I
you don't.
committed a crime or done something wrong. There's no valid reason to tow my car.
It ain't your car.
You
You
don't have
have.
insurance on the vehicle, and there's no registration.
I haven't shown nothing. I ain't shown no paperwork on
Because
this
you said
vehicle
you
because I
had-
feel like I don't have a right. I don't have to.
Okay. Do you have insurance on the vehicle?
This is not my vehicle. It's my mother's vehicle. And yes, she
Then it
has
ain't your
insurance. She has
vehicle.
everything on the vehicle. She just got it done.
Clarence.
So that's that. You can
Clarence.
call her.
Okay, you can call her. You
Okay,
can,
well, I have a right. I have a right to travel. You mean tell me I don't?
You have a right to
Just tell
walk.
me I don't, Olive. I don't have a right to travel in my own personal property.
See, it's really disingenuous to frame the question like that. The right to travel has nothing to do with transportation. It's the right to travel between the states
Correct.
and be legally treated the same as an inhabitant of those states. Also, the 10th Amendment of the Constitution, the document you like to cite, grants each state the right to create state laws and statutes, like the one you attempted to cite earlier.
Yep.
But let me ask you this, if the state doesn't require you to have a license when you are not in a commercial capacity, then why do they issue both commercial and non-commercial driver's licenses? I'm still waiting for an answer to that question after 5 years.
Keep waiting.
I just explained to you. You have to have a valid license.
I've never done any of
Travel on
those
the roadway or
contracts.
premises open
I have
to the
done
public.
none of those contracts. I have
You're
a
free
free
to
right
walk
to
and travel
travel
anywhere you want.
anywhere. I have a right to travel anywhere.
Yeah, as a passenger.
No.
Not as a driver.
As a driver, I have a
not
right
as a
to
driver.
travel anywhere.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
So,
have
I'm
not
just
the
saying,
right.
why is this
It's
like,
over,
what is
Claire.
this whole thing? Why is this
Hey.
going to be a key consistent
Claire.
thing? It don't matter if I walk or not.
I'm trying to talk to you.
Yeah, but he's stupid.
I mean, I could put it.
Right, so just like most of the videos on his channel, he doesn't show the outcome of this stop. But we do know the vehicle was definitely towed because the next video on his channel, which I will be covering soon, is a court hearing to determine the validity of the tow. And in that hearing, we learned that he did in fact call his mother to come and pick up the vehicle, but because of all the BS he pulled during the stop, they used their discretion to tow the vehicle. But more on that when I cover the video. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.
Alright, and with that, thank you very much, Mr. Van, for your fun. With that, we'll bring the evening to a close. As always, please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. Help us get to the goal of 50,000 views, 1,000. So Moxie can send us nice red gifts that we can send out to all of you. And Google will put us on the algorithms. Until next time, like, share, and subscribe. Be kind to one another. And always release the Kraken as we march along this evening and every evening here from day one. Have a great night. We'll see you all tomorrow.